What is going on, everyone? Ryan, Mr. Mom Collectibles, or for the trolls out there, Mr. Mommy, depending on if you're my friend or not. It's Sunday night. It's a little early. It's 6:30. Doing an early stream tonight. Nate from Geeking Out, I talked to him earlier. He wasn't streaming tonight. He's got some things to work on, so I asked him if it was all right if I moved mine up a little bit out of respect. So I just wanted to make sure everything was good. I didn't honestly hear back from him. He was sleeping. We were supposed to do 7 o'clock, but I got some stuff to do after stream, so I wanted to bump it up a little bit earlier. But anyway, we're here, and I have with me the boys as well. I have CMB, my co-pilot. How are you doing, man, tonight?
Good, fantastic. Another lovely weekend.
There you go. How was your weekend? Everything good?
Yeah, man. Went and saw Across the Spider-Verse with my kid.
Oh, how was it?
It was pretty good. I like the first one better.
That makes you question. What does that seeing the movie, does that entice you to get any figures, or you're still kind of like, doesn't really move the needle for you?
No, because I still have the End of the Spider-Verse figures. I don't need another Miles or another Gwen, and I sure as hell wasn't grabbing that Miguel O'Hara Spider-Man 29 figure. So no, I mean if they drop like other characters, I don't want to spoil it. So for people who haven't seen it, I'll just say if they drop other characters, I might be in, depending if it is the characters that I want. That being said, then I picked up Street Fighter 6 for him. He's been playing that all weekend.
So. Yeah. Oh, there you go. That was a good weekend. So
yeah.
Sean, the Hot Toys Nightmare, also aka the Bearded Bear. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. How are you doing?
And I'm doing good as well. And I'll put this for those there, I'll put this little banner at the bottom for you. A little happy birthday to Sean, the Bearded Bear. So you guys are there in the chat. I'll leave that up for a little bit. So those who are trickling in, make sure to give Sean a happy birthday. You are you're looking very young and vibrant, my friend. So I wish you all the best on this day, and I appreciate you taking the time. I didn't send you an invite because I didn't know if you were doing anything. But I fear if we're going early on, so I figure you want to jump on for a little bit,
Well, as a Hot Toys collector, I really don't have a life outside of Hot Toys. So it's if I'm not talking about Hot Toys, I'm unboxing them. And if I'm not unboxing them, I'm playing with them. So of course I didn't have really anything else to do in my life. Soon Mike will know this. Mike has 6 months left, and then he'll be in the same situation as I am.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you're grabbing clothes from your Hot Toys to send your kids to school with them because you forgot to go buy them some.
I believe it. Man.
I can't fit in the Hulkbuster, Dad. I'm 15. Suck it in.
Make it work.
Mike, how are you doing, man? I last minute invite, but I appreciate you doing. So how are you doing?
Doing great, guys. Sorry I was a little late there. Technical
difficulties. No. Like I said, you don't have to show up on time. It's just, there's no such thing as being late. If you're there, even if you show up for 5 minutes, you're there. So it doesn't matter.
Thanks
but
for having me.
You're having another outdoor stream, as I say. You're enjoying the weather. Yeah, you're lighting one up. Go ahead. Light it up, dude. Cigar is probably smoking one out there. You're smoking one out there. Let's go. It's all right, man. It's all good.
Hi, Sean. Hi, Cigars. How are you guys?
What's going on?
What's up?
Let's see who's going on in the chat. Insane One soon. First, as always, my friend. How are you? Some guy. Happy birthday, Sean. Showing love right there, man. Thule saying what up? Hey, man, Thule. How are you doing, man? My friend. How are you? Don Prime. Yo all. Yo to you as well, my friend. How are you? We got almost Thule, Cigars, some guys. Just doing some shout outs. I'll let the chat full. There's 10 people watching. We'll let them trickle in. Like I said, I'll do a little stream tonight. I had some stuff to do, so I figured I'd do a little bit earlier. Get on early, get off early. That way we have the rest of the Sunday night. I got some personal stuff I got to attend to.
Hope you don't get off too early. Hey.
So I want to talk about a couple things. I'm not really going to go over the news per se. I'll do a different spin on the news because we all know Bespin Luke came out. We got the whole Batman fiasco. That. And then I want to talk about them in a different way, though, because we've already discussed them on other streams or we've watched them on the other streams. I think we get our ideas about our opinions, things like that. So what I want to do is I want to bring up let me bring up Facebook real fast. And actually, I want to give, let me say 1 second. I wish I was more prepared. I wasn't. It's all right. It's all good. All right. So I want to. Here we go. Share. Present. Share screen. Facebook. So I got credit to Beskar Kid. I got Beskar Kid's Facebook page up. So obviously Beskar Kid, he is the king of the 60-second reviews. He put up his unboxing for Bespin Luke. He got him in. And really cool unboxing. Like I said, I'm getting the figure. I have my gripes about him. I talked about it before on Geeking Out. I talked about it, I'm sorry, on Connor's stream, that, for me, it getting pushed up so early. I'm getting the regular version. I just was pissed because, like I said, no USB lightsaber. I think it could have had it. And I know there was a lot of speculation being thrown around even about the head sculpt. But I mean, Beskar sent me some photos earlier this morning, and then he put them up on his Facebook. I did happen to ask him. I was kind of on the fence. Like, I wasn't like all in on one side whether or not the sculpt was exactly the same. I heard people saying that, and then that was kind of my speculation in terms of, well, it makes sense why they pushed the figure up so fast if they really didn't do much to the head sculpt. But he sent me photos this morning, and he's like, it's definitely a different head sculpt. He took pictures side by side, and I actually have a side by side of them. But there's the Bespin Luke, and there's the Mando Luke, and they're close, but they are different. So I kind of take that back from Hot Toys, where I kind of, like I said, I forget who it was. I know Cigars, we were talking backstage, and kind of how the rumor mill speculated, like everything else does, about how it was the same sculpt. They just did a little bit of a paint difference in application, but yeah, they are evidently different. Even if I flash back between them, you can definitely see the eyes are different, the nose, the mouth, paint app. Like I said, there's differences to it. So I kind of retract that one from Hot Toys, where I was giving them some shit about repurposing the same sculpt. But let me pull up, and then I can let you guys talk. I'll pull this up. Share screen tab. There we go. So this is it right here. So there's the fit. There they are side by side. You can see the eyes look different. Nose looks somewhat the same. The lips look different. Chin looks different. The structure of the face, they're minimal, but nevertheless. So kudos to Hot Toys for putting in minimal effort in switching up the sculpt a little bit. Paint apps are different. CMB, got any thoughts about this in terms of, not really about the figure? I mean, are you getting Bespin Luke?
Yeah, I'm on the wait list. I missed out.
Okay.
I don't want to get that deluxe with the helmet. I don't really need that. So I'm gonna hopefully see if the wait list for the regular one will convert.
Yeah. So I mean, you were on the same page. You were kind of like looking at it. You were like, yeah, it's not the same one. And we were just talking backstage about pointing out the differences. But I mean, how do you feel about Hot Toys? Like I said, I feel my own way. I'm not trying to manipulate by any means, but I think they rushed it up early, and I think if they would have held it back, I mean, it's a shame for DX that they could have given us some stuff. The biggest criticism, if you want to call it, I should use criticism as a word, is people kind of wish that they gave us a weathered version. I think, Sean, you might even have touched on that, if I'm not mistaken, where you were saying like one DX should have been maybe dirty, one should have been clean, to kind of give us some variety in that standpoint.
Yeah, the deluxe version should have been the one that was dirty, since it comes with the Dagobah set.
Yeah.
Along with the Vader broken head sculpt as well.
Yep.
So
I agree with
what
that.
we should have received.
Yeah. Are you picking up one of these, two of these?
I'm picking up the DX. One, because I already have the from the DX07, the exclusive piece back when we got real exclusive pieces, which was the Darth Vader with Luke's head sculpt inside of it. So I'd be getting a second one of that, but I like the display piece for the Dagobah set, and then the light up function one. I'm going to put my other Luke from the previous DX07 on that stand.
Mm-hmm. Because you have the DX. You have the original, right? You have the DX07.
Yeah, I do. I actually picked up in I don't know when, maybe a year or 2 years ago, somebody was selling, broke it up in parts and everything. So I picked up a second Luke Skywalker with a weathered look and everything. So on my weather vane, I have the worn down, completely weathered, uniformed Luke on the weather vane. Then the other one where it had that white cuff that goes over his arm from being cut off.
Yeah, it was like a bandage or like an apparatus, right?
Yeah. So I have him wearing that on the other one, and then obviously the cleaner version of it. where he's not so much beat up.
Gotcha. Real quick, I want to address who got Ghostbusters Plus Collector. How you doing, my friend? You might want to stick around because we got Ghostbusters talk coming up after this. So if you're interested, Ghostbusters Plus Collector, we're going to be talking what's up your alley. Ghostbusters next. We got some updates on the movie and stuff that's been trickling around New York City over this weekend. They've been very busy filming in New York City, and so we got some footage for that and some pictures, some good updates. Who else we got in here? Joe P. This was an interesting one. Joe P says the regular version in stock at Off the Racks. I just checked the website. I didn't see it. He said for pre-order. Okay. Because I was gonna say I have this with Off the Racks, and this was my first pre-order with Off the Racks, so like I don't know how their system goes. I know Connor tells me they usually get them in stock around the same time as Sideshow in terms of expecting an invoice. So that's why when Joe P made that comment, I was online looking, like refreshing my email. I was like, how does that work? But Mike, the Tony Soprano cigar smoker down there, what's refresh my memory if we haven't talked about it. Are you getting Bespin Luke? Because I know you talked about some Lukes and Mando, and I think I might have swayed your opinion on Mando or Ahsoka at the time, or a Mando Luke. But what's going on with Bespin Luke? Are you picking him up, or
you just sway my opinion to buy everything, not which I should buy? So I'm getting this, but I did something a little sneaky, I guess. Not sneaky, but I had the DX on order.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually canceled it, got my NRD back, and I am on the wait list for the collector's edition, just because I felt like after seeing unboxings and talking about it, I felt like I could live without the DX stuff, save a little money and get the standard. But I'm getting it regardless, so if that hits low stock, I'm just going to get the DX again, just reorder it. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it's good to hear what you said, though, because I thought the face sculpts were the same, and maybe it's just an illusion, but he does look a little bit more mature in the Mando Luke. That could just be in my head, but that's good. I'm glad they did that.
Well, going back to what CMB and I were talking backstage was, and the Return of the Jedi, like if you look at Mark Hamill from Empire to Return of the Jedi, that was like a 3 to 5 year gap, and he aged pretty. I'm not saying poorly, but he definitely aged. Like he got older in terms of an actor. And so, this version of Mando, which everyone hated saying it, was like the CGI Mando. I mean, the CGI Luke. But if you're comparing it from that point in time, yeah, it looks good. I mean, they look good. It's like an idealized version of Mark Hamill per se versus like a more accurate depiction, because I mean, we don't know. I mean, do we know? Like, I'm not here pretending I know. Like Sean, CMB, if you guys know, like his appearance in Mando, we know how long after that is after Return of the Jedi, technically, or what that's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be
7 years after Return of the Jedi.
7 years.
Yeah,
after
I was gonna say because season 1 was 6 years.
So then say every year.
Season 2 would have been season 2 would have been 7th year.
So and then if you add another 3 to 5 between Empire and Return, you're talking like a 10-year difference, technically. Ish.
Yeah, I could be off on the year by the year, by 1 year.
I mean, 8 to 10 years. 8 to 10 years between Empire and the verse. So I mean, I get it. I'm not upset about it. I was just happy that they didn't take the same head sculpt and just repaint it and pop it on that. They did some changes to it. So I'm not upset about it. And honestly, I'm not going to be shocked if we turn around and get another version in 2 years that is weathered, USB lightsaber. I mean, it's going to suck. It's going to be like Ahsoka, same situation that, you're going to get another, if they make another Ahsoka, that you might get another one, but I don't know. It is what it is. But I just wanted to update people on that because, like I said, Beskar Kid, if you haven't seen him, check out Beskar Kid's Instagram, Facebook page. He's all in on Star Wars, so he gets these pretty fast. Like within the first couple days of launch, he gets figures and he puts them up. And so I had to hit him up and be like, "Yo, dude, can you just clarify something for me?" And he was like, "Yeah, man." And he said, I hit him up on Friday, and he said, "I'll get pictures up by the weekend." So I know he sent me these early this morning, and then he put them up on his Facebook. So just to give a comparison for those, because I know that was kind of a little bit of a topic of conversation for people. Let me stop share for a second and pull up. So the next thing I want to talk about, guys, is
that should ease some collectors' minds, though, knowing that it wasn't just them reusing the sculpt, that it is actually 2 different head sculpts. So that should make some people happy and calm them down about Hot Toys cutting corners.
Yeah. Well, Sean, if you're on mute.
Not everyone's always happy.
Well, no one's happy. It's just what the
I
reality
can be
is.
happy.
Yeah, but you don't look happy.
What are you talking about?
No,
I'm
never
smiling
mind.
right now, dude.
He's like, "This is my happy face. What are you
Yeah,
talking about?"
Don't say it's my happy face. That reminds me of songs with my daughter. Please don't say that. I'm having
What?
flashbacks to cartoons. This is my
Dude,
daughter.
whatever, man. You know CMB is going to start doing that Happy Feet song coming out in a moment.
Yeah, we're good. Joe P says my Joker sculpted hair has finally shipped from Spec Fiction, ordered on March 22nd, 2022. Congratulations for that. Like I said, a little over a year. That means if you got it, I got to hit up Connor, because Connor might have gotten his too. You got Spec Fiction was like the last of the last batch of figures supposedly to go out. So congratulations, Joe P. I hope that the figure meets your expectations and you are satisfied. You are happy with it. I shouldn't say satisfied. I hope you're very much happy with it. That it's everything you want and more. Some. Let me know how that goes. Guys, I'm gonna jump ship to something not collectible related, not Hot Toys related. You know, we like to do a bunch of stuff here, not just Hot Toys and things. And as you know, I'm a very avid Ghostbuster fan myself, and so this popped
Would
up
have never
here.
known.
Yeah, why would you know? You know, who would have known? And for those who don't know, obviously there's another Ghostbusters movie, you know, in the works called Firehouse. Is the name of the running? It was the running name, and it's now the official name of the movie. And we have we all knew that there was going to be, you know, the Ecto-1 was going to be restored by Winston to an extent, but we weren't sure what the extent of it was. And over the weekend, here it is. This is the Ecto-1 restored, and they were filming scenes in New York City. And I'm gonna pull this up now. And so these are. See, you guys can't see that. Hang on one second.
How cool would that have been to be there and actually hearing the siren?
I got video footage of it actually. One of the not the
Cool.
siren, but dude, I don't think you guys will be able to hear it because it's. Did you hear this or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can hear it. Hear tires screeching.
It's not. Yeah, so it's loud.
Well, one thing you could tell, Winston worked on the engine because that
Yeah.
thing's got a mean motor sound.
Yeah, so there's definitely changes done to it. If you see the red striping, which personally I'm not a total fan of, but it's to sell toys probably. But you can see the red striping on the car where the fin is. They extended it all the way to the front of the hood.
Yeah.
So the red. I mean, it's. I'm gonna when it comes to this car, I'm more of an originalist. I like it just kind of left the way it is, but they extended the red striping. I mean, if there's a reason behind it, just because they want to make it a little more racing look, a little racing style. I mean, is what it is. Like I said, it just means that there's gonna be more toys made of it. Also, it's hard to see. I don't know if I pull up better pictures of it. Let me try to find it. There's this right here. It's hard to see. This is a new gadget that's been added. It's like a little dome that actually like opens up. So they've added a new contraption to the top. It's not been disclosed what this does, but they did add a new feature up here. It's been removed and it's been on again, off again, depending on the scenes. But there's this piece right here. This is new. It's a little retractable dome. It actually almost looks like a trap or some sorts. And then the other difference is the hose. The blue hoses that normally hang on the side of the car where the ladder is, they used to be blue. Now they made them silver. The hoses right here, they're silver instead.
Yeah, you can tell they're trying to do a hot rod look, racing stripe,
so
chrome accessories.
They're definitely trying to change it up for toys and try to make it a little different. But
we'll probably be getting a 6-scale vehicle. I don't know who's going to get the license, you know, because I think Blitzway is not going to do the. I don't think they have the license for this anymore.
No, they don't. They don't, which sucks.
Which I think that they're probably glad to get rid of it, just because, like I told you, from before my guy disappeared and somehow completely missing. I don't know. Maybe he's on the back of a milk carton in Korea. Who knows? But I mean, he was saying that it was just nothing but nightmares with dealing with, you know, certain individuals within the Ghostbusters franchise. So they might just be happy that they're done with it and don't have to deal with it no more. Probably like let whoever else wants to deal with it. But who knows? Maybe they still have the license to make the vehicle. I don't know. I'm not going to speculate. I can't get a hold of my guy. I haven't talked to him in over a year, so I don't know what the hell is going on.
Yep. So there's the silver hose. These are photos from another. This is another Instagram page. This is Ectotech. This is a guy that I'm kind of friends with. He actually services and owns an original 59 that turned into an Ecto-1 from 84. And he was actually in New York City and happened to stumble across them doing this. So he started taking some pictures of the car itself. So like I said, so there's the striping on the car. And then like right up here is the dome, which is like that new gadget. And then, like I said, and there's the silver hose on it. So like I said, this page is Ecto Tech. I wanted to see if he put a video up. I thought he took a video of the car in action, but he did not do that.
There's the old firehouse.
Yeah.
I used to work right around the block from that.
I used to go to school across the street from it. I used to walk home every day.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So opposite of this building, opposite of the firehouse, was the Art Institute in New York City before it actually shut down. It's not there anymore. I used to go to school there for 2 years, and every day taking this the train home, I'd walk that street next to the fire station.
It's great. I used to work in Tribeca, so I was there all the time.
Yeah.
Funny thing is, I got to meet Ivan Reitman when he was shooting my Super Ex-Girlfriend. It was the 2006 Uma Thurman movie. And for the 2 days on that shoot, that's all anyone talked about was, wow, man, we wish this was Ghostbusters, but it's an Ivan Reitman New York movie. But so I'm so envious of these people that get to be involved in recreating that magic of Ghostbusters in New York.
Yeah, it was really cool because I remember when I used to go to school there and I used to walk by it, and I used to, when I have class ending at like 7, 8 o'clock at night and I take the train going home, I'd walk past the firehouse, and if they had the doors open, they had the original Ghostbusters 2 sign hanging inside that was lit up. So every night I'd walk by and I see the Ghostbusters 2 sign hanging inside the firehouse.
Yeah.
And then when it would be Ghostbusters Day, they would hang the sign on the outside. And then I forget who it was, but there was like a fundraiser done by like a Ghostbusters fan page or like a group. They actually got a fundraiser together to get a Ghostbusters sign that they hang outside the firehouse now permanently. Like there's a sign hanging above that was fundraised by a bunch of fans that like bought the sign and had it made, and they stuck it up on top of the firehouse, so they keep it there, which is pretty neat.
Yeah, on the sidewalk there's like a Ghostbusters logo too.
Yeah, they like painted it inside. It's cool. It's funny because like when you're there every day, it just becomes mundane, but it's pretty neat though, so to speak. But coming back to tying it back in the 6 scale, yeah, like C&B, like you said, it kind of sucks because like the Ghostbusters, where was it? I'll pull it up one more time. I think Benobi tagged me in it, and honestly, it made me kind of envious that Denobi tagged me in this video. Let me share. This picture. And I knew they were going out, but this was making me a little envious of people getting their shipments of Ecto-1s. I'm a little jealous. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Monica
Monica sent me that photo, and I was like, "Yeah, still paying mine off, but I'll get mine soon enough. I only got a couple more payments to be paid off, so I'll be getting mine soon enough."
Yeah. So if you hear my daughter crying, it's because she's going to get a bath. So I apologize.
You're fine, man. Remember, we're here as a panel of parents, so we're all used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. My wife's giving my daughter a bath, and she doesn't want to get one, so she's taking her inside to get a bath right now.
Just get her a puppy. She'll stop crying when she goes to the bath.
She has 3 of them and 2 cats.
Oh.
Get her another puppy and she'll stop doing it.
Tell her if you take the bath without crying, I'll give you a big bowl of ice cream.
Yeah, I didn't plan that out when I was doing the stream at 6:30. I'm like, oh, she gets a bath at the time, and she usually hates getting baths. I didn't plan that out actually when I was moving the stream up early.
Hey, if you don't cry and you do the bath well, you can have a big bowl of ice cream, so she'll stop crying. And for her age, a big bowl is like 2 scoops. Done.
Yeah. Costa, Pop Culture Living Room. Yo, what's going on, man? How are you? Definitely check out Pop Culture. Costa is doing awesome stuff on his channel with, like I said, the display racks, his collection, things like that. Costa's the man. I'm working on his stuff in the back, as you see there. So I really, you're doing great stuff for the community, man, as always. And Don, he goes, bribery is easiest. Yeah, true. Yeah, it is true.
It works with little kids. Candy and ice cream.
Yeah.
Done.
Who here on the Sean? Are you getting the Ecto-1?
No.
You're not getting it.
No.
Why is that? Explain, please.
Because I don't have any of the figures.
So for you would need the figures to get the car.
Get the Present Toys figures.
Nah, I want the real thing. They still look off to me, and I was considering it. I mean, I finally broke down and I ordered that the Penguin from '92. That third-party one. I can't remember what it's called. But
I know what you. Yeah, I know.
I ordered that one, but I couldn't do it with the Ghostbusters. But I had been looking at the Blitzway stuff from the past, and I still can't justify paying that price.
No, dude, it is not worth the price tags that people want now. I'd rather just get the third party and call it a day. I'm happy. I got the damn Afterlife Ecto-1. That's good enough for me right now.
But see, if I got the Ecto-1, I could put it right here. Where those boxes are. I could fit it right there.
So get the Mezco 112th Ghostbusters and put the car twice as far behind them.
A little optical illusion.
Yeah. It's a great set.
If you look, you can
Why
look
do
at
you
Sean's
want me to get something from Ghostbusters?
Sean don't want 112. If you look at Sean's collection, he'd be like, 112. Are you
I
crazy?
got this. Does this count?
That's 1-to-1. All right.
Dude, $3,000, man. You know, I was talking to Nate today. We were on the phone and we were talking, and we were talking about this. I said to him, I said, you know, it's not a bad idea. I was like, you know, if I put like $100 away, or I put like $150 away every month, and just put it away, save it, my number, I'll be very upfront. I couldn't afford it up front. I have to save up for it. But my tap out on these things would be like $2,000. That would be my tap out. It would be $2,000. Like I would be like $2,000, brand new, $2,000. But then the problem is, I'd rather spend that money on something else.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather spend it on like multiple figures. Like when it came push come to shove, if I like saved up for like 6-7 months, and you had to sacrifice other stuff. So it's like in order to get this, I'd have to give up other stuff to say, hey, you know, I'm making a bill every month basically to myself for like Ghostbusters. You know what I mean? Like $150 every month. I'm going to put that money aside. It's going to be like a bill to myself. And then when I get enough money saved up, boom. The problem is the aftermarket pricing is just all over the place on these things. I mean, $2,000 here at best offer. And that's for the 3-pack. Like I'd want 4-pack for $2,000. And look at this, $2,800.
Yeah, if I don't get it with Winston, I won't get it at all.
It's like Denobi, I think, always regrets that. He always says that. Like he wish he would have gotten the 4-pack, and that's why he's, as of right now, is picking up the Present Toys Winston only. But
yeah, that's the one he missed out on.
Yeah. If it doesn't match perfectly, you just throw him in the car.
That's what he said he's going to do.
Yeah. Well, that's what Denobi's going to do. He says he doesn't mind getting the third party Winston because he's just going to put him in the driver's seat of the car.
Yeah.
Me, I just don't care. I'm gonna have them posed out in front of the car. I don't care. I mean, like I'll take what I can get. You know, I missed out. Like back in the day, like I had the chance like to pre-order. And I was like, oh, I'll wait. You know, $900 is kind of a lot of money, and you know, I'll just wait. I should have plenty of time to come back to it, and it'll be good. You know. And it was one of those things where I waited too long, and by the time I went back because I was ready, it was gone.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
insane.
well, if you get the set without Winston, then you're just doing the first half of the movie. It's not that bad.
Hey, Winston did drive the Ecto-1 in the movie at the end, middle end of the movie. He was driving the car.
Yeah, I just can't do it without the 4. You need the 4.
Oh, I agree.
Mike, I mean, are you dabbling in Ecto? I mean, did you get the Ecto-1 on pre-order, or that you missed?
No,
that was too early for your.
Yeah, I missed it. I mean, I'm a huge Ghostbusters fan. I got a ton of Ghostbusters stuff, but nothing in this scale.
Yeah,
but it's great.
My problem is I missed the boat. See, you know what my problem is like I was really banking on. I was naive, honestly. I was thinking that Sideshow was going to get this because they carried the originals, but like they ended up not doing it, and I wasn't pervy to like backup sites and using other websites. I really just wanted to go through Sideshow, and I missed the boat on that because by the time I decided to get around to doing it, places wanted like $700, $800, $900 as a down payment, and then it was like $200-$300 a month. You know what I mean? It wasn't like 14-month payment plans like where you could pay $100 like C&B. You're paying like minimal, right? Because you're doing like an extended payment. Like Nate's doing, I do like 14 months because he got it at the ground level of when it came out. I think same thing as you, right? You're doing it where you're paying a lot less per month because you got it at the beginning. I came into it way too late where like they want, now it's at the point where you got to pay retail. So ship has sailed for me. So I'm like, fortunately not. If I can go back and do it again, I would have jumped on it and got it from like, you know, Spec Fiction, whoever's doing it at the time. I would have paid the 20% and then just paid the 120, 119, whatever it was going to be. Spec Fiction, 12 months. Thank you, Costa. He was saying 12 months. Yeah, I would have done that back then when.
I got mine through Collector's Own with Nate.
Whoever. There's multiple places doing it, but I was just
mine. Like, you're right. Minimal payments and like mine's almost done.
Yeah,
mine. I had to stack on, like, mine would have been, I think I would have been paid off next month. I would have been paid off, I believe, but I ended up pre-ordering the premium scale Nemesis Prime, so it's stacked on to what I owed. So, but it's fine. I'll get it when I get it. Paying,
Yeah, Costa, I know you're getting your Ecto-1. It's all paid off. Congratulations to you. I'm really looking for those who are getting it. I'm happy for you guys. I'm very envious.
Is there an original Ecto-1, like from the first film?
Yeah,
Yep.
that's the one that's like $4,000.
Blitzway, that's
I thought that was the Afterlife. Okay,
No,
that was the
no,
original.
No. That's the original.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like $4,000 people want it for. It's nuts. That's the one I wish I could have if I could have it.
Yeah.
I want to pull up.
Likely we'll get a 1/6 scale from the new movie. So I mean, there's your opportunity to grab that one when that's announced.
Yeah.
Because even if it's not Blitzway, you can see the popularity behind the 1/6 scale Ecto. So there's gonna be a company who's gonna be like, well, look how well Blitzway did with the original and the Afterlife one. If they don't have the license, because I'm not saying they do or they don't, but let's just say they don't. There's gonna be another 6 scale company that says, hey man, look, why don't we get that? Because look how well it did with Blitzway. We can make a lot of money from this.
All right, so I want to talk about this garbage. All right, so
Fat man.
So I want to talk about this because, opinions vary, opinions change, opinions, develop over time. I'm not a huge fan. I think we talk about this in private chats. I stopped watching a lot of, I don't want to say I stopped watching other channels a lot of times, but like I stopped watching a lot of like reactionary reviews and stuff just because, reviews as a collector, your opinion changes, right? I think we all do. I think at one point or another, we can all agree that there was something that we wanted and then changed our, we felt one way about it one day and then we changed our mind the next, just because, things happen. You know what I mean? We're human. We don't got to be stuck to, we evolve, so to speak. And that's kind of how I'm feeling about this guy here. So this obviously came out. I think the price is bullshit. It is what it is, for what it is. It's just, it's a lot for people to digest because and I said this before, you're dealing with the price, you're dealing with the faceplate, and you're dealing with the suit. You're getting hit with 3 things at the same time. It's not like they gave us a lot, like Michael Keaton, they gave us publicity stills before, so we got a chance to digest the suit a little bit and kind of see what was going on. But our first real take, guys, was when the Hot Toys figure came out, like when we got to see everything, like the minute details. You had those that were picking it apart, those who accepted it and loved it. It's great. Same thing with this figure. People are picking this thing apart, this, that. It's like, dude, everyone's got to chill. Everyone's got to chill the hell out, really. It really does.
But this is the suit from the movie. Because, I mean, if you go back, because I watched the trailer a bunch of times because I wanted to see what this suit looked like when they first showed Affleck, and this is the suit that you see in the trailer.
Yeah.
You can't really nitpick. If you go back and you watch the trailer a bunch of times, you start to see all the different armor platings and the honeycomb look. And
it's interesting why you say that, actually, because I want to bring up, while you're talking, I want to bring up some stuff. And so my opinions about this, I felt, number one, people obviously are everyone's got an opinion. Hey, listen, we're giving our opinions on other people's opinions. It's just the way it is. But the thing about this is that with Ben Affleck, every time you saw the trailer, I'm trying to pull up a picture before I show it to you guys, but every time we saw him in the trailer, I thought that he had the worst CGI done to him in the trailer. I really did. I thought it was the worst CGI. And obviously it's a trailer. It's not finished. It's an unfinished, they gave you a clip of what it was. We know that he's only in the movie for like 10 minutes max. And, and this is what it is. This is what and honestly, most of the trailer, what you're seeing is probably going to be him. It's him like in a bridge fight sequence. And he's probably calling in the Flash. And that's kind of where, that's kind of like what it is. If you had to guess.
Yeah, you can tell if you piece together from the trailer, right?
You figure out what's going on.
He calls Barry. He talks to Barry. Barry shows up. There's that fight scene we see in the movies, and then you see him later on when it's Bruce and Barry talking, and then Bruce drives away. And I guarantee you, when he drives away, that's the last time you see Ben Affleck.
Correct. And so I'm actually even wondering if maybe they have a sequence at the end of the movie. I don't know. We'll see. I know a few people have seen it, but I haven't asked anything. That guy Carl Newman.
No spoilers, but apparently at the end of the movie, and shows you. It's not even like a subtle hint. It's an in-your-face hint that the new Batman's coming. Like they don't show you who he is, but they show you Batman.
Yeah. So it is what it is. We'll see what happens. But I'm trying. All right, so this is the best picture I could find. So this is the suit, and then if you pull up, I'm pulling a screen share. I wish I would have split them, but and then this is obviously it from the movie. In my opinion, I think that like I said, there's a lot of heavy CGI. It's actually even been. I actually even read reports that it was basically his stunt actor that did everything. Rick English was the stunt actor who did the motorcycle work for Ben Affleck on this movie. And Rick English is a famous motorcyclist. He's a very famous stunt actor that's been in a numerous amount of movies. I actually spoke to him. Him and I actually spoke today. And I'm actually trying to get an interview together with him, trying to set something up. And he's actually interested. So that's going to be fun to talk about that. So he did confirm that he's good to do it. I asked him, I told him I did something with Carl Newman from Batman. I'd like to talk to him and his interest. I'm going to pull up his info. But there's a reason why I say that. It's because it looks like, he did all the work. And they just basically superimposed. They did what they did with Wonder Woman from Shazam.
Yeah.
They used
That's what they're doing.
Rick English was on the bike. He did all the motorcycle work, and they basically superimposed Ben Affleck on. They probably put Ben Affleck in a cowl. Said, "Here, wear the cowl. I'm going to superimpose him on," and that's what they did. Here, this all looks CGI to me. It looks very. The posing and everything looks very. He looks very skinny here, but it looks like it's CGI. And the one thing about it is, and I want to also compare another photo. Let me see if I have it up. Someone brought up a really good point, and I did a side-by-side of this. And I'll show you guys the picture, and then I want to pull up his Instagram page. I apologize. As a newbie host, I'm still getting used to presenting and doing all that stuff. So I apologize, guys, if I'm a little rough. But this is Rick English to the left. He was also the stunt driver for the Batman. He did all the motorcycle work for the Batman in the suit. And at the beginning, when if you remember the sequence in the beginning, when Robert Pattinson was wearing the sweatshirt, when he was wearing street clothes, that was also him in it as well. He did all the motorcycle work for that. And he also did stunts too. He's not just a motorcycle performer, he was also a stunt actor. So it's the same stunt actor for both. And I did, and to debunk, and guys, this is kind of where we're gonna have a debate. I know one comment that was thrown around oh, they probably just used the stunt double. The faceplates don't look like him at all. It doesn't look like him.
Yeah, I agree.
The fact that they used him as the reference, I don't think they did. I think that they did an idealized version of Batman, meaning they just basically did Joe the plumber as Batman, and that's what you got. It's not anybody.
Look at his face. It looks nothing like the faceplates that you're looking at. His face is, it's square. Muscular jaw, and then you look at the faceplates and it's Fat Man.
The funny thing is, if they used comic book Batman, it would look too much like Affleck, so they couldn't use it. You know what I'm saying? He looks like the idealized comic version. Affleck does.
Yeah.
The only Batman faceplate I like is the stern neutral face.
Yeah, it's only possible.
I don't like the one with the semi-open mouth because it looks like he's got freaking buck teeth, and then his mouth open like he's angry, gritting his teeth. Looks like he's got a kidney stone he's trying to pass.
Yeah. Ash Chase, what's going on, man? How are you? I hope you're enjoying this Sunday. Joe P, you actually brought up a really good point, something I want to talk about. You said, happy to see an announcement I have zero interest in. That's actually a good thing, because you know what? It just saves your money to pay off something else, because you don't got to get everything. And that's good for you, my friend. So I
do like this motorcycle, though.
You do?
Yeah, because it's the closest we're going to get for a movie representation to the comics, because you could tell the inspiration of this bike came from the White Knight comics.
Mm-hmm.
So if anybody's ever read the Batman White Knight comics, then you know what I'm talking about with that motorcycle, and it's the closest representation we'll get. So I'm leaning on more than likely just getting the motorcycle, because I have the Tactical Suit 2.0 coming. So I'm probably just going to put the Tactical 2.0 Batfleck with this motorcycle and call it a day.
Guys, I made a mistake, by the way. I don't want to admit this, but I'm man enough to admit this. So on Thursday's stream, I think that came up. We talked about that. Oh, you got the Tactical Suit, because that's the last one he signed up his rights for. I went back and looked at it. I never pre-ordered the Tactical Suit Batman. Wow. I'm really upset with him. I was pissed.
We've all done it where we thought we ordered something. And
Dude, no lie. I straight up thought I day one pre-ordered it. Like day one pre-ordered it. I went into my open orders like, oh yeah, when does that thing come out? Like I want to take a look at it. Because like there's orders. Like I forgot that I have the Batman and the Bat Signal on pre-order. Paid off. 100% paid off. I'm like, oh, and it ships on the shit. Like gotta notice that Cyborg is charging tomorrow. My final, like my tax and shipping. So like he should be good to go. I like totally forgot about it. So I was like, oh, what about this tactical suit? Yeah, I wonder if I could just get the bike. I was like, holy shit, I never pre-ordered it. And I tried and it's like waitlist. I was like, I'm not, dude, you could actually see the point on the stream if I tell you of Connor's when like the disappointment came over my face because I was doing it on stream. I was so disappointed. I was like, oh my God, I can't. Like I was like distracted. I was staring like this at the screen, like really dumbfounded. I'm like, you're an idiot. Like I was like, oh my God.
did you go on waitlist?
I went on waitlist. Nate hit me up with a backup site, so I was like, I really want to go through Sideshow on it, but like I did join the waitlist, and I feel like the same thing's gonna happen if I get it from a backup site. I feel like then the waitlist is gonna convert. Like I feel like it's going to, but I do think a lot more people are gonna join the waitlist. Yeah,
waitlist will convert.
I hope so.
There's gonna be a couple of people who probably just back out. I mean, you gotta think. Not everybody's the same. Maybe somebody sees this Batman and goes, you know what? I don't need the tactical suit anymore because I want this one, and they'll cancel that. So, I mean, everybody's different because remember, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Some people think that this figure looks like trash. Other people think it looks good. So, yeah. I mean, it's to each their own.
Or some people are going to wait for in art. So, anyway.
Good luck.
So, Sean, you said you pre-ordered this, right?
I did.
Yeah. Talk to me about it. Talk me through, like, what you're feeling. Like, is one of those that like you were still kind of but you pre-ordered anyway, or were you committed, like you were happy with what you saw regardless of the faceplate situation? Like what was going through your process of dropping that moolah on this?
So I slept through the night and I woke up and I had all these different chats with like the 9+ sign next to it, meaning there's more than 9. I was just like you know, it's like everyone's already talking about it, and before I even checked the Hot Toys site on it, talking about how it doesn't look like Ben Affleck and everything. And so before I even ordered it, I had already decided I'll just grab one of the mouthpieces from Affleck's Batman and put it on this. The price is high, but I still pre-ordered it. So I ordered the regular Batman alone through Sideshow, and then for the Batman with Batcycle, I actually ordered that through my local comic shop.
Oh, nice. Why is that?
Because the Batcycle is 22 inches long, which means the box has to be at least 25 inches. And with that alone, and the cost of shipping increasing over and over and over again, I'll get it faster directly through Sideshow because there's sometimes a month or more. Sometimes it happens where it comes out immediate with my local comic shop. And if that happens, great. But I'm expecting it to take at least a month or longer from when it's actually in hand in Sideshow for it to get to my comic shop. And I can wait for the Batcycle and the Batman with that. But I just wanted not have to pay that extra shipping fee and everything with how expensive it is.
Yeah.
What are you going to do if the Batfleck faceplate doesn't fit on this one, though?
Then I'll have to adjust fire and put one of those plates on and be like a big boy and live with it.
All right.
You mean you're not going to cry about it like other people will?
Because, I mean, that's what I was thinking. Like, if I get this figure, I thought the same thing. Like, what if I put Batfleck's faceplate? But then at the other side, I thought, well, what if the Batfleck faceplate doesn't fit on this?
The only one, from what I see, the one that I see that could fit is the Justice League one, because this cowl looks like the Justice League Batman in a sense, either the tactical or the one of the two suits. That is this doesn't look like the BVS will fit because the BVS was just different. So I just have a feeling that if there's a chance, but then like I said, it's about that opening. Like that opening looks very big, like very wide.
Yeah, because the BVS one is like
thick.
From at the bottom of the nose across basically from the cheeks. Basically, if you go draw a line from under the nose, from cheek to cheek, that's how the BVS one is. Yep. It's like a flat look.
It's a straight line. It's a straight line.
And the Justice League one, it curves on both sides.
Yeah.
See, and I can't really tell, but looking at the cowl and everything with the Suicide Squad version, this looks more online with the Suicide Squad version versus the Justice League one. But both the Suicide Squad and Justice League version are closer to this than the BVS one.
Yeah.
So, and I have the breathing apparatus on the Suicide Squad version. So I'm obviously not showing the mouthpiece. So maybe I'll grab the mouthpiece from that one and try and see if it'll work on this. I mean, I have multiple Batflex, so I have multiple options to try.
Oh, I was going to say, if anyone has a couple Ben Afflecks, you're going to have quite a few chances. Let me see. You called it. Let me just see if I pull
Costa
it up.
brought up a good point too. He said,
"Oh yeah, I got that on point. Yeah, customizers will be making plates too. I got one queued up too.
That's a good point.
There's already somebody in the works making one.
Oh really?
Yeah.
There you go.
Sorry, I'm going to be showing that next. I got like 2 main points I want to talk about this also. But there you go. I always thought the cow was definitely the BVS one. Like I mean, it's just. But there you go in terms of.
Even though the Suicide Squad one is straight across.
Actually, this is the best one.
Go back. See right there. Look. See, it goes straight
You're
across.
right. So, and I have the breathing apparatus on. But
it goes
if you look at the design though, up on the top part though, and everything, how the sides are in more, and everything on this version, it compares more to the Flash one.
Mm.
And
But
if I'm wrong, someone feel free to correct me.
You're never wrong, Sean. You're never wrong.
No, that's not true. Because I got like divorced, so I was obviously wrong about that marriage.
Well, at least somebody in the world thinks you're wrong, then.
I'm with you on that one, Sean.
I know, CMD.
Mike,
we're both in that club.
Divorcees for life.
There you go.
Exactly.
Mike, I know you. Like I said, I don't really get to talk to you much on streams except for like here and this year. What are your What's going on? What's your thought process in terms of pre-ordering? Are you getting this? You're turned off about it? Like you're gonna wait?
Yeah, well, like anything else. I mean, just because I don't like something, I'm actually jealous of people who do. I want to like every Batman.
Yeah.
This one's just not for me, but yeah, I'm just not a big fan of the cowl. I'm not a fan of some of the design on the suit. There's some elements that are great, some that I'm not into. I like the color. I love the idea of a blue and gray Batman. Just looking at that picture you have up there, it's interesting because these toy companies always get pre-digital and pre-after effects stuff.
You're going right where I want. You're segueing into what I want to talk about.
Because it isn't, in the film, it's one piece, the cowl and the cape. Mm-hmm. How Hot Toys would have pulled that off, I don't know. But you can clearly see that they had an image like that one on screen, and we're like, I guess the cape just goes here,
Well,
yeah, go ahead.
No, you're. I don't want to cut you off. You're segueing right into what I want to talk about too.
And I just want to say one thing about price, because I know I messaged you. You asked me what I thought of the price, and I was like, it seems kind of fair because whenever we talk about price, it has to be in a relativistic sense because all of this stuff is expensive. But I compare it to the heavy weapons clone on Bark Speeder, which is $610. This is what, $55 more or so, because the Batman is about that much more than a 220 clone trooper would be. So to me, it's relatively in line with a smaller vehicle plus figure from what Hot Toys has given in the last year. That's just my opinion on it. It's expensive, but it's relatively in line.
I think the thing about it, which gets me kind of frustrated, and it kind of throws the argument out the window, but obviously I see, like, yeah, it's definitely an eyesore when you see this, and it's not like that so far. I say so far from what we see in the movie. In the movie, it looks more seamless all over as it's one piece. Where here, it's definitely like it's separated. Like it looks like the cape, and then they put the the cowl on separately. It definitely looks like it's two separate pieces. I'm just trying to pull up another image of Batman. Yeah, it's not a bad one. Here, I'm gonna move these over. I just did a Google search, by the way, so we can just take a look at. I just did a Google search for. Where's my window? Here you go. So it's like there, how it's like, and like this is another example, man. I'm like, this is, I don't know about you guys, like this just does it, the CGI just doesn't look good. Like it literally looks like you can see the outline of like there's Ben Affleck,
Yeah.
and then everything else is just like
It's kind of
that's what it
soft.
yeah, it's or even furthermore, I'll go even a step further. It actually even looks like the faceplate.
That's what I was gonna say. It just
Like
looks
this
like all they
looks like
did
it
was
sticks out,
that's
like
yeah.
right here.
His skin, his skin part, that looks like Ben Affleck. It's almost like the stunt double's there, and all they did was CGI Ben Affleck's lower half of his face
Like
onto the
yeah.
cow.
Like if you zoom in on the photo because it's Google Images, you can actually see the line right here where it looks like it was like cut and paste right over it. Like it literally looks
Right
like they
here,
just
it's
it
really
actually looks like they
thick.
rotoscoped it and
Yeah,
they just put
if you,
him in there.
because look at the separation between the cow and his face. It's got a
It doesn't look
huge,
there.
thick
There's multiple
gap.
elements that
Yeah.
just don't look right. Like this here to the head doesn't look right, and then the head and the features don't look right. Like I said, that's just my opinion from what I see. The feet, like there, you have three elements that just don't look like they're playing off of each other very well.
It's not
You know,
blended very well either. Because like his cowl is very detailed and sharp, and then his shoulder areas are blurred out and like blown out and faded.
yeah. And then this is the thing you're talking about, Mike, and you kind of, and I think someone pointed. I was having a conversation with someone on Instagram about this about 2 hours ago, and it literally does look like, and it's like there's the suit, there's the stunt actor. It literally looks like Hot Toys made the figure off of the live action version. Forget the faceplate, stunt actor bullshit. Throw that out.
Yeah.
It literally looks like they made the figure off of this because the cowl looks exactly like the color that you see here.
Yeah.
And then in post production, they were like, wait a minute. Either Josh Wheeldon got a hold of things because he loves his color saturation. Wait a minute. We got to up the color and we got to make it more blue. A lot more blue.
Yep.
So, and I think that's where it's like obviously you got to wait to see the movie, but it does really look like they made the figure off of this. Where, and understandably, I'm not trying to, like, oh well, Hot Toys got early advanced stuff. I get that. All I'm saying is to try to justify, it looks like they made the figure off of the live action version of the suit, which is what you see here, not what you see there, which is evidently they turned around and they upped the color saturation, they changed around the colors in post, and Hot Toys is like, we got the figure already, it's out, like this is what it is. And so that's where, because to be fair, CMB, Sean, I mean, we talked about, it's like we wanted, I don't know about you guys, I wanted a gray and blue. CMB wanted a gray and blue.
Oh,
I think
100%.
Sean, you would have loved it, right? If we had a classic
Yeah, I wanted the
gray
gray and blue.
and like this is what, dude, you go back to the streams that I did like a month ago when I was like, oh, Hot Toys wish list, and we saw this. I'm like, dude, I want a gray and blue Ben Affleck suit. Like, F yeah, dude. That's what I want. And then it doesn't look that blue in the figure. And it's really because I do think they took it from the version that you see, which is, it's the on-set version, which is this,
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that.
If it was bluer and you got rid of the garter belts and the other bit of stuff here and all that, I would love this figure. I wouldn't even care about the faceplate. I'd figure that out later.
Yeah.
But
but real quick to give some credit to, let me close out some of these tabs real fast. I just want to let people know about what's going on. And like I said, with like we said, Rick English, this is his Instagram page. Rick English, he's a 3-time World Stunt Award winner. This is him. And look at the list of movies that he's been in. He hasn't updated it with the Flash Batman, but he's been in The Batman, No Time to Die, Mission Impossible, Fast and Furious, Dark Knight, Ghost Rider, Kingsman, Inception. It's a hell of a resume. And this is him in the Batmobile. These are all just photos of him. I'm sorry, doing you see him driving the Batmobile. He did the Batmobile stunts. He did a lot of other stuff than that. So this is the guy who did the stunt work for. Here's him with doing in the suit. Actually, doesn't look
Penguin
like
stunt double.
Yeah, it doesn't
Penguin
look bad.
stunt double.
Yeah, he doesn't look bad. I mean, he doesn't look bad as a Batman personally.
No.
He's got the
No, he could actually be a really good Batman.
yeah, and he did the church scene fights for the Kingsman. He was in.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
That's
he
awesome.
doubled as that.
He was the one doing all the fighting.
And he did work in Inception.
Okay.
trying to see other stuff that he did. Oh, so there he is in his Robert Patterson look. So he did a lot
Go
of
back
stuff.
up. Oh, look at his motorcycle work. Go back. Look at that. He's stunt. Look, no, click the motorcycle with the green wheels.
This one? Oh.
No. Yeah. Yeah. Look at him stunting. Yeah.
Yep.
My old days when I used to ride crotch rockets and stunt.
Yeah, and this is where, So for those, like I said, he's the stunt man who did all the motorcycle work for Ben Affleck on The Flash. I actually hit him up on Friday. I didn't know if he hit me back. I messaged him on Friday. I said, "Hey, listen, I do this. I'm interested in talking and stuff like that." He said, "Absolutely." He says, "I got time." He said he's doing a couple things next week, and then he said, "Let's put something together and do like a stream." So him and I are going to do a kind of a Q&A stream where, if anyone had a chance to watch my one with Carl Newman, where I did a stream with him, just going over stuff he's been like, kind of giving insight to things. I don't want to be obnoxious and turn around and be like, well, what's with the licensing issue with Ben? I'm not going to talk about that kind of stuff because he doesn't, I know that there's a video from a stream circulating for someone who was his stunt double on Justice League. And he kind of talked about the whole the Batman armored situation where one version didn't look like him and they used kind of like a likeness difference with it. But, I wanted to, I want to get some insight about him and his work on the Flash and then kind of his whole career and stuff. So that's in the works.
It's awesome.
If anyone's interested in that. And so where's Ghostbusters Plus? He said, can't believe I missed the Ghostbusters talk. Was out to dinner. Damn, who needs food anyway? Yeah, it's true, right? Just eat while you're watching, man. I got my Ecto. He said, I got my Ecto Afterlife from Big Bad Toy Store, so who knows when mine will arrive. And then you doubled it up and you said, going to do a comparison video between Afterlife and 84 when I get it. That's awesome. Like I said, I can't wait to see that. Dagambino says, this is a huge pass for me on both the cycle and the figure. Happier for those who wanted it. I am a happy collector. And obviously, you got your popcorn out. I do appreciate that. But that's what it's all about, man. It's all about just basically, you don't have to get everything. That's what's nice about it. When there's releases that come out, I'm glad that, my wallet is saved. But one more thing I want to talk about when it comes to the Batman in regards to is Unreal Toys. If you guys are familiar with Unreal Toys, he does sculpts, capes, drape capes, sculpts, and things like that. He is already in the works on making a Ben Affleck. And as you can see, the big difference here, the neckline, it's going to be pretty well articulated. So you can move it up and down, left and right. So, but he's already in the works on making one. And as you can see, it's got the glasses like the stunt double had on the bike. We won't know if they'll actually be in the movie, but it looks pretty cool. And for those who don't know, Unreal Customs also, I believe he also made already a Michael Keaton.
Wow.
Damn, he even nailed that smirk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
with the Flash one that he's making,
go back.
Is he making a cape with that?
He does do drape capes. So I have two of his capes. I think that they're phenomenal. I have his Thor drape cape for the Infinity War Thor. I have that. I think it's outstanding. And I also have a cloak for Qui-Gon that is wired as well. And that is it's this guy right here.
Yeah. Has he mentioned what color he's going to have this as?
What color?
Yeah.
Typically what you see is what he's going to do. So if it's that blue, it's going to be that blue.
Okay. I might order this then if it's going to be this blue.
What's that?
I might order this if this is going to be.
Yeah, typically his renderings are pretty spot on from what he does. So, like, for example, I mean, if we got a minute, which we're just kind of talking here, I mean, you talk about his rendering, like that was the rendering of the Batman cowl when he first did it on the returns, and then that was it finished. I mean, it looks pretty damn good, like really good for something that he whipped up. And like, dude, he did this thing. What's the proto? 3 weeks ago.
Damn.
So like he did that 3 weeks ago. So 3 weeks
That's
ago,
awesome.
from that
To that.
Yeah, it's like 3 weeks ago he did that, and then he posted like this first. and that's 2 weeks ago. Final product. So like he made this thing in 4
Amazing.
weeks. Like that's holy shit. He made that in 4 weeks, and like it just looks. His work is really impeccable. And then he put it on the return body. He painted the belt, and that's his drape cape. So yeah, that's sweet. Yes, that's a nice way of putting it.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, and the other what I always wanted from him also was where's all his custom. He does a lot of custom capes and heads and sculpts and things. He also does an articulated where is the sculpt? I can't find it. But he does an articulated BVS Batman. Like this one here. It's this one where it's articulated. Like you can tell it is, but like this one here, you can move it if you wanted articulation on it. He makes one that's articulated. And I kind of wanted that because that's so cool to me to have that. But he does drape capes for everything, and like he does a lot of his stuff is in stock. But like I said, I saw him post this. I wasn't shocked that he did it. Like the minute this thing came up, he was like the first one to do this. But it's already in the works, guys. And what's cool about his compared to other people, he already has a Ben Affleck faceplate in the works. So like it's easy for him. He's already done a Ben Affleck, so just drop the faceplate in. But his is going to be articulated. So, and he'll bang this thing out. Like, what's his data? He did this 2 days ago. Probably another week and a half to 2 weeks. He'll probably have a prototype rendering already done, which is pretty amazing. But you guys should follow him out. Unreal Toys. There's his page. Unreal Toys is what he is on Instagram. If you guys are interested in ordering anything, you just send him a message and let him know you want, and then he takes it from there. Like I said, I've ordered stuff for him in the past. He's based overseas. I don't know if I think he's UK. I think he's UK. I don't want to speak.
I think so.
Yeah, I think he's UK. But his stuff is impeccable. It really is. So that being said, that kind of closes that out. So
one last. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
No, one last thing I wanted to say about the Flash Batman figures. I do think it's great how they give you the two cowls, like one articulated and one non. I think that's pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I feel like maybe people are overlooking. I don't know. I just haven't heard a lot of people talking about that. But.
Well, I didn't even notice that was articulated. The stock one from Hot Toys?
Yeah, so there's an articulated one. It says it in the description. It's weird. It doesn't even show a picture. But if you read the description, it says one articulated, one non-articulated.
I can see from the photos because here he's looking head on. That makes sense. Yeah. But like you can tell the color. That's what bothers me, dude. The color of the cape looks right. It looks blue there. I just don't know how blue that is, but it looks right here, but it looks so off.
Didn't someone say that there's one head sculpt where it's like a magnet so he could do this pose?
Probably. It says develop Batman cowled head with separate rolling eyeballs. Interchangeable lower. Sorry, I'm mumbling, but I'm just trying to read this.
Right here.
Seamless neck joint on one, and then the other one, it just doesn't say seamless neck joint. So it doesn't say how it attaches, really.
One newly developed sculpt with 3 separate rolling eyes, interchangeable lower plates. One newly developed Batman cowl head with separate rolling eyes and seamless neck joint, interchangeable lower parts. So you do have two. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, that's definitely an oversight by a lot. I didn't notice that. It's interesting. Yeah, it's cool. But all right, guys. So I want to talk about something else. Probably like the final thing we want to talk about, right? Because like I said, I wanted to keep the stream kind of not short, but I usually try to keep it around that hour and a half mark. And then Peyton, how are you? Good evening, everyone. How are you? Ash Chase says that's a big ass cigar. I guess you were talking. Well, it was bigger before, so
Yeah. He's only taken half of it in the last hour.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm gonna put it up one more time. For those who are joining a little bit later, make sure that you wish Sean a happy birthday because it is the Bearded Bear's birthday today. So make sure everyone who's joining in late that you're wishing Sean a happy birthday. Martin, how's it going? How's it going, my friend? I hope you're doing well on this Sunday evening. Hope you're enjoying it.
Mike smokes his cigars fast, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's burnt. I mean, it was a lot longer than that, man. You're definitely that thing's like time.
Yeah, I usually
we're at an hour and 4
time.
minutes. You like kill half that, man.
Dude, I take my time. I usually let that shit burn for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
I'll slow down.
Yeah.
Man,
No. It's
man. If you want to smoke fast, you smoke fast. That's your thing.
I got a backup, man. So.
Oh man.
Oh, jeez.
Got backup already, man. So
Man, I go back to back. What are you talking about?
Yeah. When they asked Mark Twain, they said, "You think you're going to stop, slow down with your cigar smoking?" He said, "From now on, I promise to only smoke one at a time."
So guys, I wanted to have a little fun with what's going on. I like to joke around with stuff and have my commentary on the community and stuff. So I know this happened a lot with May the 4th, and I see this meme pop up, and Sean said he's admittedly guilty of posting the meme once in a while and talking about it, but this thing right here drives me up a wall sometimes for reasons. So whenever people, like, I guess we have a lull, and going back to, I think it was Joe P's comment. I don't know if I can find it.
Come on, Hunter, do something.
Yeah, like that comment. I love that comment. I love that comment so much. Guys, I don't know about you, but I know someone brought this up in one of the chats of whether you're not, like, I don't consider myself a Hot Toys collector. I consider myself a 1/6 scale collector. Yeah. Mr. Mom, your collection's looking a little empty behind you. It looks like some other YouTubers that have less or no stuff in their collection, but give advice on stuff, right? CSI. Yeah, I'm making fun of some other people. Yeah.
Wow.
Or
Shots fired. Shots fired.
No shots fired. I'm not an empty room collector. I stream out of my bedroom, not someplace else. So no, what's going on is I'm actually reworking my shelves. I ordered, for those of you who don't know, I ordered the floating shelf kit from Costa. Costa did a tutorial on his YouTube channel of floating shelves made out of wood. And so I started doing that. So I kind of took my stuff apart. So all my figures are kind of stacked up or they're on the floor. So like I'm looking like, other YouTubers that don't show off their collections because they want to keep them private or, don't have any. But trust me, the collection's on the floor or it's every other place out of this window. But this will be rearranged and this will be back to normal by next stream. It'll be back to normal. I'm just finishing up some stuff on it. It's just been a busy weekend for me. I was gonna try to rearrange it, but to be honest with you, I'm working on my collection, so I wasn't gonna fake it and like try to mock up something that makes it look pretty for a stream. You're seeing what's going on right now. My room is a disaster. I'm in the middle of reworking all my cabinets and everything like that. So it is what it is, right? That's the life of being a collector. Nothing's ever done. But
green screen.
Yeah, it's not a green screen. Definitely tell you that much.
Yeah, this is a green screen behind me.
Is it? Do me a favor, just throw something at the screen. Yeah, and then he praises the screen.
Don't do it.
He said, "Oh my
God.
Green screen sounds like class.
He told me to. What was I supposed to do? Not do it?
Yeah, I'll send you photos, man. Don't worry. And you get more happy birthday wishes. Happy birthday.
Thank you,
Ash.
Hayden, thank you.
Yep. And like Martin here says, I don't mind a lull. There's so much heat coming from Hot Toys that can be hard to keep up. And that's exactly the point. I think people kind of lose focus, but I think that comes down to the point of is that, like, are you guys Hot Toys collectors or are you 1/6 scale collectors? For me, I'm 1/6. And what that means to me is I don't have just Hot Toys. I have this guy here, Patrick Bateman, Iconic Studios. He's the first one I got. I'm working on the Jazz Inc. Batmobile. That's a different vehicle than Hot Toys. I got third-party figures laying around here. So it's like I'm a 1/6 scale collector, not just Hot Toys. And so there are some people that are just Hot Toys, and I respect that. And there's some people that branch out a little bit. Ghostbusters
I
Plus,
branch out.
You're 1/6. I mean, it's hard. And I think as collectors, it's hard to I need this lull in all 1/6.
I don't mind the break from Hot Toys because, like you're saying, like I collect other things. I collect comic omnibuses. I collect Star Wars Black Series helmets.
Hot Toys said not anymore.
I collect statues. So I don't mind the breaks in between some of these companies because it allows me to catch up on some of the other stuff that I collect.
Yeah.
Sean,
what about you?
I don't like feeling overwhelmed.
Yeah, so for me,
yeah.
Did you ask for me or Mike?
Yeah. What's going on? Yeah, we'll go down. You and then Mike. What's going on? Like, so are you Hot Toys only, or are you open other stuff? What's going on? I mean, I do see a lot of Hot Toys, obviously, but I think you do other stuff. You dabble in other stuff than just Hot Toys.
So my first 1/6 journey actually started with Sideshow with their Clone Wars line. Obviously, I don't have them anymore because I sold them all. So I could spend more money on Hot Toys. At one time, I was trying to collect Prime 1 and Hot Toys, so the 1/3 scale and 1/6 scale, and that was hard to do, but I managed it. And then found out my daughter a few years ago was afraid to come down in the basement because I thought I did this really cool light effect where the shadowing of the statues was showing on the wall. Well, apparently it was freaking her out. And so I couldn't do it anymore. So I sold most of my Prime 1 statues. I only have a handful left, and that's it. But I mean, I collect the Black Series 1-to-1 scale helmets. I have the 1-to-1 scale bust of Mando. I collect quarter scale from Hot Toys, 1/6 from Hot Toys. I still have some of the battle droids from Sideshow. So I have them. I have the HasLab Razor Crest. I have a few Jazz Inc. I mean, I have Inbox Studio. I have the Wampa, the Blurg.
Yeah, so you're not
Bantha. So I'm kind of
you're all over.
My more primary thing is Hot Toys, though.
Of course, yeah. I would say for me, it's like 90% Hot Toys, 95% Hot Toys. Like it really is. But like, there's other stuff out there, man. And like, and like switching over to you, Mike. You've been collecting for, and I don't mean this like the least amount compared to all of us, right? You said a few months. So like, are you all Hot Toys, or are you still at that point? Because like for me as a collector, I've been collecting since early 2020. It took me probably, obviously different time. A lot of third-party companies weren't stepping up as fast as they are now. It probably took me like a year before I started getting other stuff than Hot Toys. Year and a half maybe. Then I was like really like open to other stuff than just Hot Toys.
So I kind of collect everything too, like these guys, the Hasbro stuff. Also sabers. Like I have a bunch of Ultimate Works sabers, which are really great. A lot of the Disney ones too. But my first Hot Toy was in 2016. That was I just wanted the BB-8 because I was kind of fascinated by the mechanics of it when Force Awakens first came out. I'm glad I didn't invest in any other figures from this sequel trilogy just because I ended up not being a fan of it. But like I have Tots, Michael Myers 1/6. I have some Mondo 1/6. So 1/6 has always been there, but I was avoiding the Hot Toys black hole for a while. And but it was last year November. So I guess coming up on like 8 months now that I started with Hot Toys. And actually I was just on there looking at some statues and stuff, and I saw some of the BOGOs going on for Hot Toys, and I said, there are a bunch of figures that I do want. And so I jumped in.
And you never looked back.
And now, yeah. Well, actually, I did last night in the middle of the night because I was scrolling through, which I don't recommend. I was looking through the deals, these what do you call it, Sideshow Seconds, and I picked up the Ahsoka premium format statue.
Nice.
I ended up getting that for $350, dude, because like I stacked my my discount on top of the 15% discount, so and then I had some points, so I got a really good deal.
I actually traded that one a couple months ago to my local shop for 2 Hot Toys.
I was gonna say, did I just rebuy yours? But okay.
Yeah, I actually was looking at this one here, the Anakin on Stab, and I was 308, man. It's not a bad price.
Dude, that might be my favorite figure so far. Like that on the Stab, I just love it.
See, if I get this, then I got to get the General Kenobi to go with them.
Oh yeah. Oh, so you weren't interested in that? You're avoiding Clone Wars?
I don't have either one of them pre-ordered. No, I didn't get this one. I don't have Kenobi pre-ordered.
It's a good figure. I have it. Do it.
It's beautiful, man. It's so
nice. If you just collect 501st clones though with this, then you're set. You don't have to go with Obi.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You want him.
He's got like 65 501st. So I mean, take it from Sean.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 501st will be with you.
Yeah.
I love how deep they went on this though, with the ATRT coming and the sidecar stuff, and all the bark speeders. It's great.
See, and this stap here is actually unique because it's when they go to the Citadel to rescue. I can't remember what Jedi Master it is.
Yeah, I can't remember either.
But this is the only time you see this color pattern for these staps is from
Yeah.
that,
Mm-hmm.
from the
Because
city.
every other time it was the brown Geonosian color.
Yeah, and that was
Yeah.
the first time we got to see fives and Echo as ARC troopers also.
Well,
Mhm.
I have until 12 o'clock tomorrow to make a decision, so I'm not there yet. But it's all good. We'll figure it out. Because I saw it.
This is up on a payment plan.
Dude,
Yeah,
think about this. You're not going to get Fat Man in the cycle, so you can get this.
I didn't say. I
See?
never said I wasn't getting him. I said I'm waiting. I might get the Fat Man in the cycle, dude. Relax.
I'm not tripping if you get it or you don't. Like I said, I just want the bike. Really.
Yeah.
I mean,
the
I
problem is
might.
if I get the bike, then I'm probably gonna want the Batman. So therefore, I'm kind of like.
That's what I'm
damn.
worried about too. I'm like, if I get the bike, I'm probably gonna want to get.
And then if I get
Batman
that
to go with
and
it.
then if I get that Unreal Customs Batman sculpt, damn, that's like.
Yeah.
So let's.
So just
Stop it! You're pressuring me.
Yeah, I mean that's gonna be like an $800-900 setup.
do it.
Get out of my head. Get out
Come
of my
on.
head.
Come on, you're like, come on, Hot Toys, do something.
Yeah, you do something. Let me put the meme back up. Do something. Ghostbusters Plus Collector says, I was collecting 1/3 statues for a while, but just kept getting way too expensive. Although I'm getting the 1/3 89 Prime one Blitzway Keaton because that's just a must. Yeah, I saw that. That's
why I tapped out of Prime 1. Yeah. Like I've already told you guys, like that and the constant delays with every statue I had on pre-order with the no delay limit in sight. Like, oh, it might be a year, might be longer. And then after pre-ordering items, them coming back and saying, hey, our shipping's gone up, so we're going to have to charge you even extra more money to get it. And like, really? What? I mean, spending like $400 in shipping is, I'm done.
Some of the guys now in Midwest of the U.S. are getting like a 500 plus shipping notice now. So I can only imagine what it is on the East Coast.
Yeah, dude, see? And I tapped out like almost, a year ago from Prime 1. I was like, no, I'm good. I mean,
Me too.
I had all those on pre-order, and then every single one of that I had on pre-order, them saying, oh, well, there's delays, and those ones you've pre-ordered because of shipping and the way things are, we're going to have to charge you even more. And I was like, you know what? I'm good. Cancel all my pre-orders, give me my money back, and I'll just call it a day.
Yeah. CMB, I know you had a lot of Prime 1. Did you ever get the Batman Damned and Joker?
I had Batman Damned. I had Joker. I had the Batman Who Laughs. I had Joaquin Phoenix Joker. I had Guts, the Black Swordsman. What was that one? And then another one. I can't even think of it. Like, I had 5 Prime 1s in hand, and I had 14 on pre-order.
Damn. Those Bermejo Damned pieces are my 2 favorite statues, though. They're really good.
I'll tell you this: if you go to one of the shops here in Georgia that I traded, you'll see all my Prime 1 statues in their store.
Yeah.
Matt is right. Do something.
Do something. Do it.
Come on, do it. I'm here.
CSI Grissom said, I love seeing unique individual collections. Nothing wrong with cookie cutter collections either. No, it's not at all. It's just we're all unique individuals. So,
I mean, if you look at my display behind me, like right here, that's the G.I. Joe Desert Outpost that I have in the back for my Sand Troopers.
Yep.
And then that's the Jazz Inc. Speeder, along with my Hot Toys. And then immediately behind me here, that's a Sideshow. And then that's Jazz Inc. And then all the Hot Toys right there.
And the Carbonite? Is that the Sideshow?
Yeah,
Carbonite?
that's Sideshow.
Yeah, that's great.
Honda Carbonite. So
see, I don't have anything on display other than what you saw a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, see, my display is like bare bones. Like I act like I'm a collector that knows what he's talking about, but I'm full of shit. So it's like my collection's minimal, so I don't vouch. Like I have less than 10 figures. You see right here, 1, 2.
So you're collecting reviews now.
Hey, at least you guys get to display yours. My situation with what I'm going through is still not finished. So all my stuff, like, I have to keep boxed up because I don't know if I have to sell my house or if I get to keep my house.
Hey man, you got that NR Joker on display, so you can talk shit, man, and no one can say anything because you got that NR Joker.
No,
he showed me. He showed me.
My
he showed
kid
me.
has his stuff.
Doesn't matter. You bought it. It's in your house. It's in your possession.
True.
So,
all my stuff's in storage.
I can talk smack about it because I bought it. You're right.
You can. You purchased it. It's your money, not your kids.
About NR Joker all I want.
There you go.
My kid took over my collection room, so I had to pack everything up.
Payton says, I have a few quarter scale statues in my collection. That's all. I want to bring something up because Ghostbusters Plus just actually made a comment of something I did want to talk about.
That's what I'm doing now. Like, I minimized my statue collecting to only like the premium formats from Sideshow, but I shrunk it down to just Star Wars only. Like I got rid of even my Batman or my Marvel and DC premium formats. I stopped collecting those because I was spreading myself way too thin. So, I mean, yeah. So I just was like, okay, if I'm collecting statues, it's just going to be Star Wars premium format from Sideshow. That's it.
It's the hard choices, like we talked
or
about.
Or the legendary, or legendary scale. Basically, anything from Sideshow, any Star Wars statues, I'll collect. But I had to hunker down because I was spreading myself way too thin financially. Like I was like freaking out. There'd be times where I'd freak out because I forgot how many things I had on pre-order, and I'd get hit with the bill and be like, "Oh my god, what am I going to do for groceries?"
Yeah, it's a real thing.
Yeah. So real fast, because I know we got a few minutes left, because I got to wrap it up, but we got a few more minutes. But Ghostbusters Plus brought up this comment: PCS is making quarter scale Ghostbuster statues, but like the Hollywood collectibles ones I had better. Yeah, I just wanted to share these real fast with people. This was like, oh my god, I wanted these so bad.
Oh, those look good.
These look.
I'll be right back. 1 second.
Yeah, these look so cool, so cool. These are so cool. I'm not familiar with this company. Don't know how much. I mean, they're not out yet. They were just teased on their Instagram page, and then we just got a couple of pictures of Egon, Ray, and Slimer. But man, these things are like chef's kiss. Like these look awesome. So Ghostbusters Plus, if you know more about this than I do, hit me up. Let me know what's going on, because I'm out. I'm in the dark about this. If these things are reasonably priced, I'll be like, reasonable offer. If these things are reasonably priced, I'm definitely down to add some statues to my collection like this, because these look really awesome from what I see. And some people are giving me the do it, Mr. Mom. Yeah. Matt, what's going on, man? How are you? You said hi, and you also threw Sean a happy birthday.
Thank you,
You
Matt.
also said do something. Yeah, we're doing something. All right, we're talking about it.
Yeah.
And Costa says you're totally full of shit. You might as well quit. I'm not sure who's full of shit, but I know I'm full of shit. So it's all right.
So who's he
full
talking
of shit,
to?
Costa? Who's full of shit, Costa? Who you calling out right now, Costa? You let me know.
Well, you don't even have Hot Toys anymore. Look at your cabinets.
Yeah, it's true. I have no Hot Toys, so I guess I'm just getting out of the game, I suppose. In the DTOF, how are you, man? Owen, happy birthday, Sean. Hope you're doing well.
Thank you, Owen.
Joshua, ramen noodles. That's what we're gonna have to be eating. Yeah, ramen noodles. Commander Green, hey, Mr. Mom and crew. I hope you're doing great. And then Costa, I know you guys are having a conversation when he says they're great. I'm not sure if you're referring to the statues or what's going on, but anyway, yeah, those are the statues that are coming up. But the whole point of the conversation was, and then here's another thing, you saying I'm full of shit. Yeah, I am full of shit. I'm not getting out of the game. Yeah, I'm not getting out of the game. I'll die before I get out of the game, Costa. How dare you?
He doesn't want you guys to know he's actually selling all his figures. So he's just
I'm actually selling everything. Around. Yeah, I'm selling everything right now.
For ice cream to keep the kid quiet when she goes.
Selling everything.
What you guys don't know is Mr. Mom's leaving a 1/6 scale game. He's gonna be one of them My Little Pony bros. He's getting into those.
A brony.
A brony.
I've been photographing all the figures. I'm gonna put up a getting out of the game collection post tomorrow. All my stuff for half price. Or no, I'm gonna over gouge it because I don't really want to get rid of it.
Named Mr. Jabroni the Brony.
Hey, you guys, would you indulge me for a second? You all get to have your cool collections behind you. Can I just show you one piece? This is my Kanan Jarrus Ultimate Works saber. That's freaking awesome. Love this thing, dude. Profi soundboard on this thing. It's really cool.
My kid's actually into sabers. So what I did was, because I used to collect sabers too, I got out of it, so I gave him all my sabers. And then for Christmas, thanks to Don Prime, I went to this custom saber shop that he goes to. I think it's Buyer Sabers. He made a custom one for himself for Christmas.
That's awesome, dude. My dad was only into fishing. Your kid's really lucky.
Yeah, dude, you'd be surprised how many people in the chats were like, "Will you adopt me, CMB?"
Sean, I'm sorry, Owen. How dare you, Owen, make that comment? But why did you have to out me like that, dude? You're right. I'm selling my entire collection off because I'm waiting for in arts. You're right. You're 100% right, dude. I might as well be the gif of like the skeleton sitting in the chair, because I guess I'll just be dead before I get maybe 5 in art figures. So
it does make cleaning your cabinets easier if you don't really have anything more than 5. You know,
just keep dusting every day, just dusting my.
You just have to get the washcloth and wipe down, not move all that stuff, put it on a table, go clean the thing off, dust them all off, and everything.
Yeah.
So none of you guys are.
I'll add my figures to all those in-art jokers that are up for sale that I keep saying. So yeah, I'll add them to those. But real quick, guys, to kind of kind of pull this all together, where we were going with this is that I asked Sean to compile some numbers real fast. And just to give you guys an idea of the come on, do something, Hot Toys is doing stuff, So from Sean, just to make sure, I'm from January 1st to May 31st, there's been of last year, we've had 35 announcements from Hot Toys, and we've had 23 physical releases from last year
in 2022.
Yeah. And 2023, from January to May, the same exact time period, they've matched the same amount of announcements, yet they increased the amount of releases. Now, obviously, we can dissect the releases a little bit and say, hey, Bespin Luke, how much? I'm not getting into that. The fact is, in my opinion, they're doing stuff. And when it comes to announcements, I mean, you kind of forget the backlog. I mean, you go on Sideshow's page real fast. And I think the number that I had was, if I'm not mistaken, because I don't want to be wrong, because God forbid if I'm off by a number, I might get, I might be
you're gonna get crucified.
Oh yeah, if I'm off by a number, God forbid. We are at pre-release 127. Cosby does not include Cosby. Does it include? No, Cosby is just Hot Toys figures.
No, yeah, Sean doesn't do Cos babies.
No,
he doesn't put those in the
that garbage.
Yeah. Okay, so for this year alone, we still have 76 items that are expected to release between now and December 31st.
You said 76 plus the 35, so it's over 100 and something figures, right? 70. You said 75 plus, right?
2024. I need to verify my numbers. Give me a moment here.
Yeah, I was saying it's over 110. But
you gotta give him a break, man. He was a Marine. They're not known for math.
Hey, listen, it's over 100. You know what I mean? Obviously, everyone has their standard, but to be honest with you, I just want to pull this up as a kind of a joke on the commentary that I see out there, and that's all it is. It's just jokes. When people say, "Come on, Hot Toys, do something." I mean, the numbers don't lie. They're doing stuff. They're actually doing stuff better than last year. So, and that being said, and it depends on the collector that you are. If you're just Hot Toys, I get it. You just want to stay to that state of Hot Toys, and there's nothing wrong with that. We make it sound like, oh, you just collect Hot Toys. There's nothing wrong with that. But there's just so much stuff out there that's enticing everybody else in terms of Jazz Inc. products, vehicles, third party, Mars Toys, Iconic, HasLabs, things like that. A lot of us have other things in the works, I like the one for one. That mix works. Yeah. So 76 items. I'm out. I'm selling my collection. Yep. Everyone starts selling their collections tomorrow. I'm doing it tomorrow. Every time you do it, everybody just do it. Everyone just sell their collection tomorrow.
Everybody's gonna start a trend. Everyone
just do it. Hashtag sell off your collection tomorrow. Let's do it.
That's
all. So there's 45 so far.
Start over
2024.
So for 2020, what did you say? I'm sorry.
Wow. There's 45 for 2024
already.
Yep.
So, I mean, and they're coming in hard, man. They're coming in really hard. So it's just to give you guys an eye-opening of some numbers that, like, Hot Toys obviously is doing stuff, and I get it. You can say, Ryan, it's just a joke. Don't go too hard on it. I get it. But it's not just the meme. There is also complaining out there, like, oh, why didn't we get this? Why didn't we get that? Hot Toys, where are we at? It's just, you have to understand, they are doing stuff, and there's a lot of stuff out there that they're putting out, and they're releasing more than they did last year. Like the business I work for, like the whole COVID thing is kind of in the past, where it's like, the residualization of COVID, where like 22 is a good starting point of like comparing numbers, and they're releasing more than they did last year. So, and like it's DC's time right now. It's very good, Matt. It's DC's time right now. Toy Fair summer showcase incoming fast. There's gonna be a lot more, man. There's gonna be a lot more. And you know what? To be honest with you, and I know a lot of people share the sentiment, if they release a Hot Toys figure tomorrow that I'm not totally upset about, that I'm not going to get, I'm not upset about that, because you know what? That money that I would have used as that NRD, I'm going to pay off something I'm working on right now. You know what I mean? I'm going to buy something else, or I'm going to pay off stuff I'm working on. That's just what I'm doing. I know Nate always says the same thing, that we don't buy every single thing. I know Nate always says, he jokes about, I'm going to army build this or that. He does not buy everything. He knows that for a fact. But the fact is that it's okay when something comes out. It's like, oof, a sigh of relief, like that when that, trying to think, the Black Panther Transformer, when that thing came out, I was like, oof, sigh of relief. I'm not getting that. You know what I mean? I save that money for something else, or a figure comes out, you know, whatever it may be. But I just
I was
think,
relieved with that too.
yeah. But when
It's
people
I don't know
make
about you
those
guys, but don't you like more announcements, lower production run? I mean, Aries is always talking about that. I think that adds collectability. I think that's great.
yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I have nothing wrong with them announcing so much stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
But lower production too.
Because at the end of the day, I'm a selective collector. I pick and choose my battles. So therefore, they can announce a lot of shit all they want. Doesn't mean I'm getting everything. Yeah, I don't mind. I mean, we can get an announcement tomorrow. I'm all for that. Go ahead, announce something tomorrow. Announce Drax. Announce Gamora. You know, from Guardians Volume 3.
No, announce John Wick and Kane. Damn
well,
it.
you know, yeah, I get it, but I'm just saying, like, they can announce stuff that it's like, you know, I'm already building my docket for 24 already, which is mostly Batman. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's kind of scary when going into 24. I got a Hot Toys Batmobile. I got a Jazz Inc. Batmobile. I got a Mark 6 gantry. I got 2 Darth Vader Deluxes all stacked on top of each other. You know, it's you know, it's nuts. And Commander Green says, fact is, in every part of collecting, there's a love-hate relationship with companies like Hasbro, Lego, Hot Toys. That is correct. Yeah, there is. And to be honest with you, it's never going to change. And that's going to be a stream for another day, because we can always talk about that with, you know, people's expectations. Because I think that, me personally, I don't want to tease it, but I think collectors have unrealistic expectations for companies, especially Hot Toys, because I think they feel like they put a lot of money into them and they expect certain things out. And when Hot Toys delivers something, they get upset. Like people nitpicking, you know, the Batman figure apart when we haven't even seen the movie yet. Like, Daddy's chill. Movie's not even out yet. You know, it's just
Hey, another point too. So there's 121 total.
Wrap it up, Sean. You're the birthday boy.
121 total right now of items to be released.
Mm-hmm.
However, what we're not thinking of either is that's not including for the 76 this year. That's not including the summer showcase stuff or the summer exclusives, or just like last year doing, what was it? Was it during San Diego Comic-Con? They came out with the Chrome Clone Trooper and the Chrome Death Trooper on top of the summer exclusives. So there's that there too. So that's another thing to think about as well, is if they do that again during the San Diego Comic-Con period and then during the summer showcase, or what is it called? When
no, it's Sideshow Summer
Fair.
Showcase. We got Toy Fair coming up. We got Sideshow Summer Showcase. We got New York Comic Con, San Diego Comic Con.
So, but I mean, we'll have at least two. We'll have at least during the Toy Fair, we'll have one set of exclusives. But if they do it like last year, you know, that may be one or two other exclusives coming that are announced
in the fall. There's that one in Asia. I forget what it's called. There's that one in the fall that's a con in Asia that they usually announce something to.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I can't. It starts with a W. I can't remember it though.
Yeah, Wonderfest. That's what it is. Wonderfest.
Yeah.
Yep. So, Jordan made a good point. Those people are complaining are addicts and have a problem. Yeah, fair enough. Too much of their life enjoyment revolves around announcing something. Yeah, not bad. I don't disagree with you. Yeah, Matt says, "Oh, Wonderfest." Yeah, so that'll be a stream for another time. In terms of, you know, I know I talked to Nate about that one to do one about entitlement, and I feel like my thoughts on the community is just, you know,
do something.
Yeah, do something. You know, if I decide to stream next week, you guys want to come back, I put a list together. I dropped it in the chat. I did a countdown list, and you guys could offer commentary on it. I did a list. I did a video a long time ago when I first started. And I was naive about YouTube and Hot Toys, as if I knew what I was talking about, and I didn't. I did a list of, like, I think it was a video called Top 10 Things I Wish I Knew When Collecting Hot Toys. I think like 6 months to a year in, I made a video. I was like, oh, I wish I knew these things when I first started. So, like, I was talking to, like, once again, Nate today, and I came up with another list of like 10 more things that I kind of like wish I knew collecting Hot Toys. You know what I mean? Like things you learn. And so maybe if I decide to stream what's next week? Next week is Father's Day. Is next week Father's Day?
No,
No, it's the
the
following
week
week.
after.
Oh yeah, all right. No, it's the following week after. So like the following Sunday, I won't be streaming. But yeah, next week I'm definitely gonna try to get one in next week. So next week, what I want to do is do like a top 10 countdown of like 10 things additional that I wish I knew collecting Hot Toys. And this is like definitely more of a narrowed list down for collectors out there, something interesting. So that's kind of the topic of the stream. If we get any crazy announcements, we'll address those real fast. But I want to focus on 10 things that I have. It's a list that I have of items or topics. It's basically an addition to 10 more items or things I wish I knew when collecting Hot Toys, and maybe it's a little bit of advice for collectors out there to not take things so serious at times. You know?
That's helpful. Yeah, I would watch that.
Yeah, so it's a little if you want saltiness and you want some spice, maybe that's the stream that you want to watch next week because there's
here's a sneak preview. My number one is don't collect everything.
Advice number 2 is don't trust YouTubers. So that being said, guys, happy birthday, Sean, to the
Thank
Bearded
you.
Bear as always. Real quick, the best advice I can say about collecting Hot Toys is stay on target and stay in your lane. Also, don't worry about what other people are doing.
Rule number 1: we don't talk about Fight Club.
There you go. So, as always, guys, I thank you so much for those who are watching. Had to get on a little early because I have to end early. CMB, thank you so much. Sean,
Always a pleasure.
Hot Toys Nightmare, the Bearded Bear, thank you so much, sir. Happy birthday to you as well. I appreciate you taking some time to spend it with us as well.
Thank you.
Really, thank you. And Mike, as always, sir, outside, you're probably on your second cigar because, burned through. Oh, no, you're on
He's on his first. He's on his first.
Come on, hour and 40. That's not so bad.
Yeah, hour and 40.
That's good. That's good. Yeah.
Have a great night. Collect what you love. Thanks for the stream, fellas. Ghostbusters Plus. Keep me informed about those quarter scale statues. Matt, thank you. We'll talk to you probably later in the live chat. Commander Green, thank you so much as always, guys. Thanks for everyone watching. Jordan, I don't trust you guys. Hey, listen, man, I wouldn't trust us either. Don't worry about it. We're just a bunch of goofballs talking about toys. So good. Don't trust us.
Honest.
Hey, at least you're honest, man, because I wouldn't trust half the stuff either. We're just sitting here shooting the shit, man, and having fun. And that's what it's all about. We try not to take it too seriously. But like I said, guys, thank you so much. And I'll see you guys next week. Take care and have a good
Thank
rest
you,
of the
Ryan.
night.
Thank
Let me
you.
drop you guys with a thank you. I like these little thank you ones I'm doing. We'll do a thank you.
Come on, Hot Toy, do something.
I don't have one of those. We'll do
All right. Anything. Thanks so much. Thank you. Hope we can help you again. Coming through.
and then we'll drop a little bit.
Thank you for your cooperation. Good night.